I want to share with you that you are going to be part of a new program. It is a wonderful opportunity that we were selected. We are the only school, correct, Ms. Page,
Yes.
that is currently participating in this program in the parish. So they chose us out of all the other schools.
We are so excited to be in partnership with your school. As your teacher said, you are the only ones that we are working with this year with this program. We wanted to work with the St. Tammany Parish School to teach young people about the legal system. The name of the program is called Kids Lead. Legal, and that stands for Legal Education and Discovery, because this is what this is all about. This is what the program is all about, to provide you legal education, but help you to discover many things, to help you discover things about the criminal justice system, but also hopefully things about yourself. So we're very fortunate to have as our very first speaker today, District Judge William Knight. Judge Knight, I'm going to allow him to tell you his story, but he is one of the most respected judges on the bench, respected and experienced, and you are so fortunate to have him here today. And he's going to talk to you about some of the things he's seen. He's seen a lot over his 16, 17 years on the bench. So without further ado, I'm going to present Judge Knight, but let's do it the way they do it in court. See, when this guy comes in a room, he's so respected. He usually has his black robe on, and there's an officer in the corner who says, "All rise." And then he walks in, so all rise, and let's welcome our judge. Just to wake you up a little bit, let's welcome our judge. Okay, all right, you can be seated.
You guys know what you want to do the rest of your life. Okay? What would you like to be?
I want to be a doctor.
Want to be a doctor? Good. Back there. Y'all see that thing up there? I'd say that's roughly 8 feet off the ground, wouldn't you? If I were to throw a rock straight this way, right now I got to do too well. If I were to throw a rock with a little more arch to it, I'd have a little better shot. So if you aim up here, your chances of winding up where you want to be over there are a lot better. So some of the choices you're going to have to make are going to be what happens next if I really want to be a doctor, if I really want to be a psychologist. Well, how are we going to go
be a lawyer
to Ecuador? We're going to hop on a plane. We're going to go to Quito, which is the capital city, and we're going to kind of go around the country. You know how we're going to go? You know how we're going to go? Motorcycles. So there are 8 of us who are going to be on bikes. We're going to go around the country on motorcycles. We'll be at the Amazon. We'll be at 14,600 feet in the mountains. Now, if at y'all's age I had started smoking cigarettes, I'm 65 now. Do you think that I would be able to get on a motorcycle and ride for 10 days? No. So those choices we make now really have a long-term impact on how we wind up as we go through life. And it can be something as simple as choosing not to exercise. It can be something as dumb as deciding to smoke dope with your roommate. Sorry, you weren't really my roommate. We didn't smoke dope. It's okay. It can be something that is as foolish as snatching a handle on a car and seeing if it's unlocked. Or it can be just going with your bud who's going to go do something really dumb because they've broken up with their boyfriend or girlfriend. So all of those things you have to be thinking about as you're dealing with each and every situation you come in contact with. And when you do, as long as you're making those good choices, they tend to turn out really well for you. Graveyard death. Last Friday, I was going to give this cat a break. 26 years old, good-looking kid. Let's see. Whoop. Had about your complexion, blue eyes, freckles, good-looking kid, 26 years old. Let him out of jail on Friday. He had a plan. He was coming here to, actually Mandeville, not Covington. He was coming to Mandeville to live with his uncle because he'd been in a bad situation before. He was going to get away from the dope and the bad influences. He was going to make sure he made good choices from there on. He didn't die until Saturday afternoon. I let him out of jail at about 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Put him on probation, sent him home with his uncle. He left, the uncle wound back up in Franklinton, and he was dead by the time the sun set on Saturday night. Overdose. Overdose. We're losing 189 folks a day to drug overdoses in the United States. 189 a day. Now, I'm going to tell you right up front that you're probably going to make some choices in life that aren't the very best. We all do. I've made them. You've made some of them already. You'll make more before it's all over. But there's some absolute lines in the sand. When I walk in, it's just very simple. Yes or no. That's a no. Never have taken illicit drugs, not going to take illicit drugs. That's a real simple one. Yes or no. You know what? That's a really good looking ring you got on there. I'm not going to steal it. Yes or no. Some of them are really easy. It's the ones that are more gradated, that have a more shade of well, is that okay or is that not? Sorry. Further I go towards Miss Sam's, the further off course I get. So the quicker we recognize the error of our ways, the quicker we recognize the mistake we made, and get back on course, the easier it is to get there. Does that make sense? I kind of see where that is. The other thing about unknown paths, if you ever fish down there, that's really pretty important, you really can't see it when you're coming at it from the lake. That's why it's so important to know that moral compass and know what's right and what's wrong, and just do the next right thing. If you do, it's easy. Common denominator. We're coming back to who we hang with, what they're doing, and distancing ourselves from folks who make some choices that don't have some positive outcomes. If you do that, it's going to work out really well. If you don't do that, it generally works out pretty poorly. Murder, perfect. And why do most murders happen? Anger. Almost every first-timer who is serving a second-degree murder sentence, it's an emotional crime. You're running around with my wife. You stole my car. You did something bad to my brother. It's always emotional responses. Louisiana has 4,500 men and women doing life in prison who are first offenders. Now think about that. How many shots do you get to be able to undo that situation? None. So part of it is making decisions based on rationality, making decisions based on thought process, and not making decisions based on emotion. That's what winds up getting most, especially young people, involved in the criminal justice system in a bad way. It's just ladies there, guys in the go. But they figured out there's more to life than just existing. There's more to life than just emotion. There's more to life than just being cool. You actually have to contribute, do some positive. One of the things that I think, you bring up a really good point, we all are going to make some bad choices in life. That's a given. The question is, once you recognize that you have, what do you do then to move beyond it? And so for some of my lifers at Angola, what they've done is they give back by trying to help others so that they won't be in the same situation. For somebody who's made some bad choices, whether it's about premarital sex, whether it's about doing drugs, whether it's about just speeding, for goodness sakes, because then you got to deal with the ticket and old ugly guys like me saying, sir, it's going to cost you $258. You might have to do some commitment. Who wants those consequences? Nobody. Nobody wants those consequences. Does it make you a bad person? Absolutely not. But it does mean you've got to deal with the repercussions. Good question. Unfortunately, it's so look, y'all all seem like nice guys, so I can give you one of my dirty little secrets, right? Are good with that? If you see me in a restaurant, you will not see me with my back to the door. Period, in a sentence. My first credible death threat came following a rape trial in 1979. State Louisiana versus Billy Wilson. Mr. Wilson was a not nice human being who kidnapped and raped a 9-year-old girl prosecuting him. I was quite pleased when he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, because that's where that rascal needed to die. Because he had tried to kidnap and rape another little girl after the first one. Unfortunately, he escaped from prison, went on a rampage, kidnapped another little girl who was 10 years old in Missouri, raped and killed her. They found her in the bottom of the lake. He made a swing through Illinois, came back through Texas. There was a co-escapee. They caught him at the convenience store buying cigarettes. Yet another reason not to smoke. Oh, okay. And he said, you know, Wilson's on his way back to Louisiana to kill that little girl who testified against him, and that SOB prosecuted him. The SOB would be me, right? Yeah. So that's not good. At which point, I kind of went on full alert. I sent my wife and my children to her parents up in Mississippi, so they'd be out of the way. But, you know, God's got a sense of humor. So Mr. Wilson, on his way back, broke in on a lady in Mendon, Louisiana. That's just outside of Shreveport. When he sprang at her in the hallway, she was on the phone with 911, and he was shot and killed in her hallway. I slept a little better that night. Fast forwards. Well, if you sit around on a couch and don't do a lot, except eat Doritos and smoke cigarettes, you probably can't do that. It's just the way it is. Say again?
You get old fast.
You get old really fast. You do. But, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all having me.